Hello Patreons. This video is about finishing my DL-44 from Han Solo that he used on the planet Hoth. Showing off the pieces I got prepared. I painted everything in a matte black, and I'm going to use different kind of acrylics. Of course, the very liquid acrylics from Vallejo, the gunmetal grey, the chrome and the dark aluminium, and the thicker acrylic paints. There's the black, the brown, and red copper from the brand Amsterdam, or a different kind of brand, doesn't matter, but it has to be the thick one. I use that for the grip. What you see me doing right here is I'm going to clean up the screws that I added. I painted the screws with the rest. Sometimes you can choose to add the screws later on because you want a clean look, but yeah, in this case they're pretty beat up, and I want to show the wear and tear on the screws there. So if there is any paint in the screw hole and around the edge, that is just perfect. So I'm just hitting them with a little sandpaper. The pictures that I use for how to weather it. Of course, I'm trying to achieve an authentic look, and yeah, the idea is that when people see it, they get the idea of, is that a real gun? No, it's 3D printed, and I just painted it like this. So it's always a great story to tell them how I do it, and I'm showing it right now. At the moment, I'm hitting it with the gunmetal grey from Vallejo, just very gently. I'm dry brushing it. The edges just to have it a little bit popped up, and I'm trying to highlight everything a little bit. The normal wear and tear on weapons is that, yeah, over time, the salt on your hands, the grease, the oils, everything, just going to affect the bluing process of the gun. The gun is not painted; it's blued in a chemical process. Just protect it and give it a dark look. So over time, the wear and tear will just highlight areas. In a lot of things on props you see it's heavily chipped. That's not possible because there needs a layer of paint to chip. So that's not possible. On this particular blaster, on the side, there are two pistons from the V8 kit from Revel, and these are painted, of course, and these show some chipping. So at the moment, as you can see right now, I'm chipping those and adding a little bit dark aluminium to it. I'm going to hit it with chrome after that, and to give that heavy chip look. I do not try to be too precise because chipping never is precise. And if you try to pinpoint it and go heavily on things, it just looks just handmade, and you don't want it. I'm trying to do the same right there on the bracket disc. And I'm puzzling at the moment on how I'm going to achieve that yellow varnish look on the side. Hitting with the chrome little bits and parts, just minimalistic. Of course the magazine cap lock there, the little ball there, needs some extra because it's something like a ball bearing, so it needs some chrome. Yeah, adding some black wash right there to create some grease in the corners. Just applying some wet dark black paint right there, and just trying to wipe it away and brush it in the corners, so to get that little oil stained look there. And just repeating that layer after layer. Best way to create a nice good weathered look is just build on layers. I remember that I did some tanks in the past, and I had still some yellow desert sand wash there, and I'm applying it right now. Just got a little of that coffee stain effect, what it has. Just adding it and trying to dry it with the heat gun. Well, I'm going to add the scope using M6 bolts right there. Of course, don't forget to thread the whole thing before you add the screw or the bolt, because it's still resin, and if you do that with resin without threading it, you will risk of breaking it. Same goes for the barrel and the flash hider. Yeah, and there's a little thing that is difficult on this model is the flash hider. There has these strange looking lines on top of it. It's not etched. It is not no grooves or whatever. It is, I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's pretty hard to mimic the effect. I tried different kind of techniques here. I'm trying to do it with a Sharpie. It's not working. Adding black and going to wash it away again and again. Repeat that, and after that I will hit it with a brush with chrome, just to try to mimic the lines there. And by repeating it over and over, you will get that final look that I have. It's an effort, always a repeating process of trying to mimic something. I'm just trying to add dark stripes with black, and after that I will do it with chrome, and then I will have a widespread brush, or the hairs were widespread, and do that, and that will give the final result. I'm still not satisfied with it, but yeah, if you got good ideas about how to do that, let me know. Here, just simply painting them on, and I will try to blend them in later on. I think it was the hardest part of the whole weathering process. Trying to mimic that part. If you can see, I'm just repeating the process until I'm satisfied. I think that I'm close. There I'm using the widespread brush, and I'm just going to hit it. Dry brushing technique. The edge for the final highlights. Adding the bolt, the M6, 25 millimeters. Now it's time for the grips. I added an M5 screw on the back, just to have good grip on it. I don't want to touch the edges during the whole painting process. As you can see here, I am adding red copper, black and brown. I'm mixing that up. In my experience, you always make too much paint, but that's fine. I'm just rubbing it in, using the heat gun to dry it pretty quick. And always keep your heat gun moving over your hand. If it's too hot for your hand, it's too hot for your prop. So you need to back off with the nozzle of the heat gun. But there you go. I will go to black wash it, filling up the lines there. Just completely paint it black and wipe it off. Some residue will remain in the lines, and that's the effect that you want. Okay, I'm using rub and buff for the inlays there. It's an expensive material. It looks like and smells like shoe polish. But the good effect of that is it has the same same effect as a shoe polish. And the more you wipe over it, the more it's going to shine, and you will literally rub it into your object. I use that on my Infinity Gauntlet a lot, but the little tube there, right there, is something like 10 to 15 bucks. So it's kind of expensive. There are knockoff brands on the market, but these not even close have the same effect as rub and buff. I try those, and when I'm trying to buff them up, it will just wipe them off the object, and that's not what you want. So it is an expensive thing to buy, but yeah, I can really recommend it. It really gives a nice metallic look to all kind of things that you want. There I'm adding the final screw there, knocking it off with a little bit of gold of the Sharpie. Of course, need to black wash it again to make sure there are no lines visible. Just need some grease in the lines, so that's like an authentic look. I'm pretty happy about this build. Of course, there's room for improvement. I noticed that the hammer and the safety lock needs to be in a more vertical stand, so that's a point I'm going to improve for the next time. Well, thank you for watching, and like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.
Nice.